Hi folks. Okay, curses and hexes. When should you curse, when should you hex, and when should you not? Well, first of all, I just want to say I do not believe in curses and hexes. I feel that they're not very nice, okay? They're a bully tactic half the time. And curses and hexes often don't work. And if they do work, they tend to go right back on you and cause chaos in your life. It's a bit like if you're working with a demon, anybody can work with a demon. In fact, anybody. Because the demon will always want a price higher than you can get. So I wouldn't recommend it. But what about going around it? What I do believe in is returning to sender. And what I do believe in is claiming your own power. So if someone is taking something from you, if someone has manipulated energy and sent you negative energy or done something to hurt you, your family, or something that you love that you're working with or doing, yes, the universe believes in balance. In traditional witchcraft, we have something called balance. So yes, you can return it to them. And how that is used in witchcraft is ritual based. We would work with spirit and then we would return what they've sent us and we would return it to them in that energy. And it's a bit like have a dose of your own medicine. That's what witchcraft is about when it comes to returning to sender. There's also that reclaiming your power. So what they have taken from you, you then go on to do a separate ritual, work with spirit and reclaim your power. So yeah, it's all about connecting with spirit. It's all about manifesting and working with energy, okay? Now, the thing is, when we cast and hex, it's not a good idea because that would what we call lower vibrational spirits, and they always need something in return. Now, all witchcraft needs something in return, okay? So if I was to return to sender some negativity or something somebody had done to me, okay, which yes, does happen, I still have to pay a price, okay? Witchcraft always has a price. Now that price, okay, meets the deal, okay? So if you're doing curses and hexes, that price is going to be a lot higher than you, okay? So if you're working with lower vibration spirit, they don't play fair. They're not nice, okay? They're always, kind of like that shop that overcharges too much. It's really expensive. They're ripping you off. It's a bit like that. But when you return to sender, you're not going against the rules of the universe. Witchcraft tells us in the core of witchcraft, we work with balance. Okay, so it is said to be of the light. Oh, some people call it the grey area, I call it light. Balance to me is light, justice is light. If they're going to take off me, if they're going to ruin my life, I'm going to send it back. That is light, that's being in the light. That is, I don't see that as grey. I see that as light because you're standing up for yourself. You're having a boundary. You're saying you're not going to treat me like that. Healthy boundaries, okay, you return to sender. That's you not bowing down and being bullied or taken advantage. That's you sending back to a bully, sending back to an idiot, sending back to someone who thought that they could ruin things for you. That's light. Dark, the darker, if you want to look at it in light and dark, I know witchcraft has no colour, but it's easy to explain it this way. Dark, undergraded spirits, lower vibrational, you get what you deserve. I wouldn't go doing that because you're tipping the justice scales. And when we tip the justice scales of Hecate, she doesn't like it. And the universe doesn't like it. It will come back on you in a big nasty way. So think about it. Do you want to tip the scales and fuck around with the universe? It's much bigger than you. Or return to sender and reclaim your power. I know what I prefer to do. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. Catch you soon. Which could be a rose.